I'm Robo.
I'm Cop.
And we're going for a drive. '24 Hyundai Kona N Line.
Without launch control. Not bad.
Horsepower and torque.
190 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque from a 1.6 liter turbo 4-cylinder. Yes, that is down 5 horsepower.
And the last one was down 6 horsepower. What the heck?
Well, I mean, this is a new engine now, so it's actually more efficient, and it actually has less emissions, which I think was the main reason as to why they switched that.
And then they switched the transmission from the last one too.
Yeah, so no more 7-speed dual clutch, and I complained, and I wish that they put an auto in the last one, and they put a regular 8-speed auto in this one. So far all my complaints have been addressed, minus the less horsepower. I'd always like more.
But more importantly, this is all new, it looks new, and they managed to do RoboCop on not just the front, but also the back.
This is our first full front and rear RoboCop review, because a lot of cars, especially Hyundais, are going in this route.
Yeah, like the Porsches are rear RoboCop. So RoboCop just means it's a light bar across the whole thing. And the front can kind of be bad RoboCop sometimes. Sometimes when you turn your lights off, there's lights on the side, so it looks like a soul. And sometimes you have them on, but not all the way on. So then it's got like light, and then dimmer light in the middle.
And then there's also an electric version of this, which gets like a pixelated light bar in the middle.
Yeah.
But overall, I do like this light bar thing. I mean, will it play itself out long term? I'm not really sure.
For sure.
Okay. But it does look really good, and we have the N line, so the bumper's like completely different than the regular version.
And the cladding from the side is color match, which is nice. I think I might like the last N line looks more than this.
They were more aggressive than this, for sure.
But this does look good.
This looks, I think, better.
And then our body lines are more like the Tucson.
Yeah, and the Elantra.
Yeah, it's all triangulation.
Yes, parametric equalizer or whatever.
Parametric, yeah. They had a word for it.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that looks nice. How about these wheels? They don't look as cool as other Hyundai wheels.
Yeah, but they're going with that kind of same motif of angles and whatever.
Yeah.
But they still look pretty good and kind of...
It's okay.
Yeah.
And what would be the Continental recommended tire for a Hyundai Kona N Line?
The Extreme Contact DWS 06 Plus. Oh, and still on the side angle, we actually now have regular door handles that you don't actually have to push a button to unlock the car. You just slide your hand in like a premium luxury vehicle and then open it.
In this top trim, though.
Yes, I don't know if the lowest trim has this. Well, no, it doesn't.
This isn't the top trim. This is a one down from the top in Canada.
Yes, so this is the N Line, not the N Line Ultimate.
And then this one, since it is the N Line, it has got like no chrome trim thing around the edge, but it's got a cool wing, like a really cool wing that looks cool from the side and from the back.
It's like a double wing. Like literally it's not even connected to itself.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 wings.
It looks sweet. And then
you know what it's kind of like? It's like the Mini Cooper that we had, except it's sort of different.
If the Mini Cooper spoiler had sex with the Veloster N spoiler.
Yes.
They made this spoiler.
Spoiler sex.
Spoiler sex. Don't Google that. And then onto the back end, we got the Kona logo laid up. By the way, I forgot to mention on the front, we got the H on the hood.
Oh, yes.
Hey, we should pop the hood for a quick peek.
There's 190 horsepower worth of peak.
Okay, exhaust at the bottom right, double.
I kind of like it. It looks like they put a little bit of effort into the tips.
But does it sound good?
From the outside. What about from the inside?
And put it into sport mode. Ooh, look at those animations.
Ooh. It's not pumped in.
Okay,
Sounds decent.
Can I actually see my red line? No.
Yes, the gauges...
We'll get there later.
We'll get to
Okay,
that.
we got to address the last part of the looks from the back. The RoboCop in the rear.
RoboCop in the rear. Done.
Okay, but your brake lights... All that reverse lights, nothing to do with the RoboCop light, right? They're at the bottom.
That's right.
Because weird Hyundai stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean,
RoboCop.
I think this is a pretty big improvement in terms of general looks on the Kona. We did really like the previous N and N Line version, though.
Dude, I've seen baby blue Kona N's around town, and I love the look of that. So I'm not convinced that this is better looking yet, but I think it also looks good. And then another thing from the front that I forgot to mention, it's got the bumper that kind of comes around like that, kind of like a Golf R.
Oh, yes, which the last one we called like sort of a budget Golf R because it's all-wheel drive and kind of fast like a GTI-ish. Well then.
And before I get you into the driver's seat, I want all of you out there to take your parents' phone or tablet and subscribe to the Straight Pipes on it, because they probably love watching us, but they're probably just not subscribed. So do that for us.
Yes, especially when your dad's done on the toilet, just take his phone, boom, subscribe.
Right after he's done on the toilet.
He won't even notice. His glasses won't be on.
Kind of gross. Disinfect.
Everybody watches on the toilet.
I know, but
All right.
Hey everybody, I just subscribed to the Straight Pipes because my nephew Yudi told me to.
okay, manual mode, and I want you to shift on red line.
I can't put in manual yet.
Don't hit the limiter.
I can't.
Where's red line?
Well, I can't put it in manual yet, and it auto upshifts.
Oh, it shifts at the
Yeah.
7th from the last checker.
So the first thing after all that I want to talk about is how large this vehicle is. It is longer, wider, it's got a longer wheelbase, and in here I am so comfortable, and in the back I am also so comfortable behind myself at 6'1.5". Apparently these seats have been scooped out like 33% or something like that, and you do notice it looking at it from the side. It kind of looks a little cheap, not gonna lie, but I fit so comfortably in this car.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Like for fitting people in the back.
Yeah, because apparently the largest complaint that they had from the previous gen is just make the car bigger. It's like, all right, well, they do offer larger cars, but I get it because of the price point. So you also have a little bit more cargo capacity and stuff. So I think that's the biggest improvement generally in here.
Yeah, the cargo capacity is pretty good too. Like even with the seats up and the seats down, lots of room. Like yeah, just like lots of room in general. And this competes with the Honda HR-V.
Yep.
Mazda CX-30.
Corolla Cross,
Yeah, find all those on tsp.truecar.com.
discounted price offers, and possibly even this one right now.
Visit that website on your parents' phone.
Yeah. And I'll get back to all the interior stuff, but right through garbage cliche corner, man, the handling on that minute turn, impeccable. Okay, it's pretty good. We can't really assess it today because we're not on our usual route, but the last one we were very impressed with in the winter, and this one I've got no issues with in terms of what the steering feels or anything like that. Nothing's remarkable, nothing's bad. Suspension though is really comfortable. Going over all these bumps and stuff like that, the last one was also really comfortable, and I can say that they did not screw it up.
Yeah, it's like a nice no issue car. And like, you know, I took some quick turns out of parking lots and ripping it around, you know, like you would.
Yeah.
Little on-ramp rip here and there, and it felt perfectly fine.
Does it feel like it has 5 horsepower less? Not really. It kind of feels the same.
Do I want to do handling in it?
No.
No, not really.
And one more thing that they improved, which I like, because on the last one, on the dual clutch, they didn't have paddles, which was weird. Now we have paddles without a dual clutch. But I like that you would now have paddles because we can actually change our gears, except first gear from a launch for some reason.
Yeah, how do you put it into drive?
Okay, that's a little weird.
We got the Ioniq 5 shifter.
So they're going forward, it looks like, with this electric style shifter, and Yuri and I don't love it. You can get used to it, but I'd say about 75% of the time we put it into the wrong direction first.
Yeah, I mean, like this is also going to have an electric version of the Kona.
Yeah, and
So
apparently
they're probably going to have it all seamless for electric too.
And they've designed this car with the EV first in mind, and then kind of added the ICE powertrain. So that's kind of their thing with all this stuff now.
So the electric one is not going to have this little tunnel cover.
Yeah,
Is that what it's called?
the
Tunnel?
transmission
tunnel.
Well, I guess it's a drive shaft tunnel.
Drive shaft tunnel.
Yes.
And then the EV one is going to have a slightly higher floor, so your knees might be into your chin.
Yes, slightly apparently. And quickly back to that suspension, it is a multi-link rear on all of the all-wheel drive models, but not the front-wheel drive models, which you can get, and that's what this starts at, front-wheel drive.
Yo, it's like so sick that you can get to your cottage because this is all-wheel drive and slightly higher. Like, look at these curves we crossed over.
Dude, I hopped a literal curb. I drove on grass and I didn't get stuck.
What?
That is a buy recommendation.
Anyways, you'll be fine with front-wheel drive if you want, like whatever.
Yeah, but you can't get this engine
No.
in front-wheel drive. So if you want this good engine,
Wait
the
till
N
that
line,
Kona N,
well,
because the Kona N
is going to be front-wheel drive.
because the current one is front-wheel drive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everything else with this car, let's talk about the interior. I really like it. They've significantly improved as well.
Okay, so we got the steering wheel, which now has 4 dots.
Yes, not the Hyundai logo.
Morse code for H, whatever. Cool.
Yep.
All the buttons are really easy to use. We got a good adaptive cruise lane centering stuff that we love in like pretty much every Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, because they're all the same company.
Yeah, the highway driving assist.
And then we've got this double screen thing with a fake speaker mesh on the side, which used to be a fake suction cup thing on the side.
On the
which used to be
Elantra.
a fake dial on the side.
Yes.
Anyways, the infotainment works really well. The gauge cluster is pretty much exactly the same except for no red line.
And I love seeing these curbs or aprons
The transitions are cool.
on sport mode.
Yeah, and then our right screen looks like it's different Hyundai, which is nice. It's more like a Genesis, I guess.
Yes.
With like those pods. And your phone projection set up to star. You want to go back to Sirius XM, click media twice. You want to rewind, click the little logo, you can rewind. And you want to set your favorites, you can set it so much easier than the last one with the bulbs. No real complaints. Wireless and wired Apple CarPlay.
Yes. The amount of hard buttons that they've left for us is fantastic. Even our climate controls, all of that can be controlled through hard buttons. And then we also have our USB-C port down here, which you can control to only charge or charge plus USB.
Yeah. So if you ever want to bother someone who's driving, just click that button. It'll toggle out of their Apple CarPlay.
Unless they're forced wireless.
And then you got your heated steering wheel. We've got our camera button here. On the top trim, you'll actually get a 360 camera, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we don't have cooled seats in this one because it's not the Ultimate, but you can actually get cooled seats in this on the Ultimate, which is great.
And in the States, they get power liftgate.
Yes, we
on
don't.
the top trim, which we don't in Canada. We got a little sunroof, which is pretty all right. These seats, pretty comfortable, not the worst.
Very comfortable. They're like
Nice
decently bolstered.
Nice material, and
Yeah.
no head-up display here.
Yes,
which is
thank
good.
you, because they got rid of that stupid little
flip up.
It's the worst. I'd rather have no head-up display, so thank you.
Yeah. Head-up displays are, I think, kind of like, eh.
Yeah, like I
I'm
don't
not
use
really
them
a
ever.
fan, yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, it's there. I'm like, I've been looking through that. It's not in my line of sight.
What's with this blurry dot in my way?
Yeah. The amount of things that I can just ignore.
Yeah.
Okay, also, so this infotainment, you know how we got the climate separate?
Yep.
My Mazda has the climate separate.
Yep.
Thankfully, because my CX-5, the infotainment keeps resetting, freezing, shutting off constantly. Imagine if that was linked to there, how bad that would be.
Yeah.
So it's good when they keep it separated, but someone said the hack is to remove your SD card for navigation from the Mazda, so I will keep you updated if it errors out again since I did this hack.
Thank you. You know what this reminds me of?
Yeah.
The new Mustang GT. Look how angled the screen is towards me.
bro.
And it's the same idea where they split the screen and kind of make it two screens.
Unreal Engine, millennials, they
Yeah.
want tablets. They don't want cars, they want tablets.
Let's spin the car around. We can't do that
I
here.
friggin' hate marketing.
And then
Also, speaking of marketing, there's
Okay.
a Volkswagen Canada commercial where they make the guy look like he's taking a photo like when he was younger, like his dad, but
Yeah.
it looks exactly like Micah.
with a mullet or something.
They literally, yeah, you said they face AI swap Micah.
Yeah.
What the heck, Volkswagen?
Okay, but back to this car. The drive mode dial also can lock our center diff, so you can definitely go off-road.
You can get to your cottage.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, everything, all the touch points and stuff, like, yeah, sure, you got cheap plastic and stuff up here, but it's
But
all
wow.
generally nice.
What would expensive plastic feel like?
I don't know.
Or is it just plastic?
It's just, yeah.
It's just plastic. It might be expensive.
But like where you put your elbows, not the softest, but
no,
also
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not, as Jacob would say in that Subaru video, supple.
really supple shift. Yes, that's right. Word of the day.
Supple. All right, cup holders. We got the gimmicky flip out with the push button.
Is that a pass?
I think so.
It is today with the water.
Armrest is a good height, like lifts up.
What about the visors, Yuri? These are gonna pass.
3, 2, 1.
Heck yeah, full pass. The unfortunate thing about these seats is that we don't have the top trim, so they're actually manually adjustable, but you can get power on the top trim. And with that, you also get lumbar because I can't actually adjust any lumbar in this.
Yeah, but you only get forward back lumbar, not forward back up down. But I guess this isn't a luxury car. But you can get 360 camera, so there's like luxury-ish things. It's getting cool.
Yeah, and we will get to the price, but first, the floor mats. You gotta get yourself a set of TuxMat. Go to TuxMat.com/TheStraightPipes to protect these lovely carpets.
And like the TuxMats in my Mazda, I did like a road trip this summer, and man, like the amount of crap that it saved from going underneath, so good.
That's the thing. So much coverage.
Hey, is that it?
I think that's it, Yuri.
All right, it's time we get to the price.
Oh, it's a little bit more than the last one. It starts at $25,999.
Canadian.
This one is $35,499, which is like $5,000 more than the last N Line we drove because of everything's more expensive these days.
And they got rid of horsepower.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then there's an even more expensive Hyundai Kona N Line above this.
which is about $3,000 more. So like,
So you're like
nearly
you're
40.
like 40 grand for a Kona N Line, not even an N. Oh,
Everything's getting so expensive.
that hurts a little.
It does. Although they have improved a lot generally, and obviously people are going to enjoy more space in here and stuff like that. The transmission is a significant improvement. The looks, I mean, that's very subjective.
The only thing that they screwed up in this, besides the price, is the shifter.
The shifter, yeah, exactly.
And
that's
then,
it.
Besides that, it's a good solid car. Like if you need an all-wheel drive Civic that's higher up,
And like this looks a lot cooler than a Toyota Corolla Cross or a Mazda CX-30 or whatever.
oh,
MX-30.
this looks way cooler than CHR,
Yeah.
HRV.
Yeah.
Which one's the Honda one?
The
CHR.
HRV is the Honda one.
You sure?
CHR is the Toyota, the little one. I don't even know if they make that one anymore. The Corolla Cross is the one that competes with this.
Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely the coolest looking one, and there's like a couple cool colors you can get. Like there's like a red, like or orange or something. Like this green is like kind of okay.
Yeah, this sage.
But you know what? I was telling you like I think a couple of weeks ago before we went on our break.
Yes.
Like I'm like you can't really be buying like bright cars if like your mortgage is so depressing and like you can't buy a house. You're not like, man, I'm financially broke. I can't afford to live anywhere. I'm gonna buy an orange car.
I wonder if it's gonna be like a statistic you could tie to like the next couple years of people buying like gray and black and white cars, which people mostly do anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, thank you all for watching in the month that we just took off. Our editor had a kid. We filmed a bunch of videos in the meantime that we edited, so we very much appreciate having our editor back now so that we don't have to edit again.
Yeah. Congrats on your healthy month-old boy.
Yes.
Uncle Yuri is very happy. We got straight poop shirts, and now we are all a channel of 3 dads and 3 toddlers.
That's right. So the next generation of the Straight Pipes now exists.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Yes.
So that you catch that
on your parents' phone.
In 16 years.
Yes.
You know, they could probably start reviewing cars when they're like 13. Just do it on a private track.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy my kid a car when she's like 13.
What kind of car?
Whatever she wants. Okay. And then she's going to learn how to drive. She's going to go to school and be like, I have a car.
I'm going to make my kid learn on the Corvette. She's 700 horsepower. Here you go. Thanks for watching.
The car's not going to make it that long.
I guess it will. It'll be just fine.